Hi, I'm Gary Witter, and I've been asked by the good people at Megadads to record a short testimonial as part of their Voice 2024 campaign. In the United States of America, an electoral contest at any level between a manifestly unfit man and an eminently qualified woman shouldn't be a close call. And yet here we are, again. Kamala Harris is a decent person and a dedicated public servant who cares about this country and the well-being of its people. Donald Trump, in stark contrast, is a grotesque mockery of our American values, a man who cares only about the glorification and enrichment of himself and who will readily betray the welfare of this nation to attain it. He's a pathological liar, a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, a swindler, a misogynist, a racist, a narcissist, a man devoid of any semblance of morality or empathy. He's a vulgar blowhard who appeals only to our most base and selfish instincts. A petty and vindictive bully who willfully stokes hatred and division, driven only by his malignant ego, a lust for power, and a desire for vengeance against his enemies, both real and imagined. A man who idolizes and kowtows to tyrants and dictators, and who aspires to become one himself. He's a man whose proven lies and false allegations about the election he decisively lost in 2020 have undermined faith in our democracy, perhaps for generations. He's an ignoramus who claims to know everything while in fact knowing nothing. A man whose own vice president, chief of staff, top generals, and cabinet members have disavowed. A draft dodger who insults and derides our fallen war heroes. A man to whom the very concepts of service and sacrifice are incomprehensible. He's an empty vessel, incapable of understanding and articulating basic policy, and so spouts dangerous and idiotic conspiracy theories instead. He's a man who used the sacred power of the presidency to incite a deadly insurrection against the very government he was elected to lead. A man who professes to stand for law and order while promising to pardon the criminals who attacked and seriously wounded police officers on a day that will forever be a stain on this nation's history. A man whose carelessness and incompetence during the COVID pandemic led to the needless deaths of countless thousands of Americans. A man who is laughed at openly by other world leaders. A man who mocks the disabled. A man who brags about having committed sexual assault while diminishing and deriding the basic human rights of women all over America. And as has become all too clear of late from his increasingly incoherent public statements, he's a man now in the grip of serious and irreversible mental decline. History will undoubtedly condemn Donald Trump as a disgrace, a man who did untold damage to this nation and its very foundations. But first we have to make the right decision in this election. It's time to turn the page from this dark chapter in our history by emphatically rejecting Donald Trump. It's time for all Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and otherwise, to stand up and be counted on the side of decency, democracy, and the rule of law. Because even on our worst day, we all deserve far, far better than Donald Trump. Thank you.